2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's IFB Interfleet Broadcasting time. We have a pop culture sci-fi entertainment channel and we welcome all of you here. It's brought to you by two guys that grew up watching 70s and 80s TV and movies and cartoons. I'm New York Pete and this is my buddy. I almost choked saying that, but he is my buddy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
Chris
guess
the
he's my
Tipsy
buddy.
Toaster.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, he's more than my buddy, but that's beside the point.
Welcome to IFB. We are a vidcast podcast / everything. We'd like to talk about pop culture, sci-fi, 70s, 80s, 90s. Even we'll talk about news and reviews of different shows that are on right now. And we just like to sit and talk and have a good time. And then we do some reviews of books. We'll do some reviews. But tonight we have chapter, is it 9 or 10? I can't remember. I think it's 9. 9 of the book Armageddon. And we also starting a new comic series, the Battlestar Galactica Apollo's Journey. Yeah. So it's going to be a good night. We're going to have a good time. It's some good stuff. And we really have I was trying to tell Pete earlier, but we kind of got busy, but there is a severe crossover tonight in regards to the comic and the book.
Interesting.
I mean, verbatim.
Very interesting. Oh, boy.
I mean,
wait a second.
Verbatim. So
Whoa.
it's going to be cool. So
And,
we got Lola on tonight.
Lola
Her
says,
name was
"And
Lola.
drink beer."
She was a showgirl.
That's right.
Damn,
And
I got to
drink
sing to Lola every time.
beer. That's right.
And drink beer. Yes, Lola's correct. We do have to drink beer tonight. That's our mandatory thing. Well, I drink beer. Pete, well, he drinks apple pee.
Okay, Chris. I'm going to disown you tonight. Tonight you will be disowned. So Lola says thank you. You're very welcome, Lola. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's do our toast, guys. I'm drinking Angry Orchard hard cider, and Chris, what do you got? And we have.
Well, let's get yours up first. Mine's going to take a little second to talk about.
Oh,
so,
exactly. Of course it is.
Here we go. Ready?
Angry. Yes, Angry.
You already
Orchard,
had this one, didn't
Chris
you?
Battle. Yes, this is a good one, and this comes from New York.
Does it come from New York?
Delicacy. Yes, it says please drink responsibly. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. I'm going to make my way up to the actual orchards later this year. So
we'll broadcast from there. There we go.
Now that would be very cool. So
that would be cool.
Chris, our beers tonight, or beer and cider,
yes, I was about to say, yeah.
Brought. Yeah. Tell us.
We've been really fortunate with some good sponsors. David Alexander out there. He's he also sent us a letter saying we're doing really good. So I really appreciate that, David. Brigitte, I'm not going to say your last name. I know it's on the thing, but you have it on your Facebook as a Brigitte K. We've met her through Fran, who also has donated some money and to us over there on the Buy Me a Coffee / Interfleet Broadcasting. So if you feel like it, all the money that we get from there goes to buying beer as well as other items as we need. So what we do is a great hobby, but it's not cheap as always. So it gives us the ability to go to a con, or gives us the ability to do all sorts of different things, buy equipment. There's software licenses that I have to buy and things like that. So we're not begging for your money. I just want to say, if you are donating, that's where your money's going. We really appreciate it. And tonight, my beer was brought to you. It's called, I'm going to love this. Ready? I found a really good beer. It is called
drum roll.
Sexual Chocolate.
How could you? Aren't you embarrassed?
Is this
you
a PG
made fun
show
of
or a
my
G?
cider.
This is an R show,
You made
right?
fun of my cider, and you're drinking that?
Well, look at the picture on that,
That's
too.
like a malted.
Yeah, they're
It's
kissing.
Imperial Stout. It's like
Imperial Stout.
It's like a shake. Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. It's like a milkshake.
It's
What are you
sexual
talking
chocolate.
about?
It says
Oh,
a
please.
cocoa-infused Imperial Stout, opaque black in color with dark brown head, big chocolate aroma with notes of espresso, blackstrap molasses, and dark fruit. I don't know what a dark fruit is, but they have dark fruit in this.
Okay, well, you know what?
I'm a stout kind of
skip
guy,
all
and this is
that.
from Foothills. Which brewery is this one?
Alabama.
Nope, North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
skip all of that nonsense.
Ready?
And I'm
Ready?
just gonna drink.
Alcohol content is 9.6%.
Okay. So it's an excuse to get drunk. I'm gonna have crisp apple cider.
That's got what, 3%?
Hard cider. I'm having hard cider. It's 5%.
Woo, don't go too,
come on.
don't go over the top there too much there, Pete, you know.
Oh, you know what? Listen, thanks guys.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. So yes, Brigitte is with us now.
Yay!
So thank you. And Mediocre Modeler says Interfleet Brewing. I don't know. Yes.
Actually, Chris is thinking
Eventually.
about that. Where I'm thinking about doing a special run over at there's a place where you'll brew your own beer, and they supply all the equipment. You just go there and you brew it, and you bring your own bottles. And I have a bunch of the ale bottles from Battlestar Galactica. And
by the way,
cap fits on those.
Oh, well,
So
George says, you know what they say about chocolate. You should tell us, George. But anyway.
Well, where is he at? Is he at the Area 51 again tonight?
Yeah, he might be.
Area 51.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Okay. All right.
Look at that. You know what really opens a bottle better is the Star Trek bottle opener.
Star Trek.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Star Trek bottle opener. Star Trek bottle opener brought to you.
It's not. Ready? Let's do it.
All right, let's
Pour
do
it
it.
out.
Ready?
Okay.
I think I might have to pull mine out with a spoon.
Yeah, you probably do. And a fork. So.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Kaiser. Hey, Carl, what's up? Thanks for joining us, man.
This one's definitely chocolate.
Silent
Sexual chocolate.
Oh, please. Well, either way, whatever it may be, we are toasting to all the fans. So all the fans that are watching us live, thank you so much. All the fans that are going to watch us later in reruns or syndication or afterwards, to the tune of thousands, several thousands have watched our last episode with
Crazy people.
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching us. Hope you continue to watch us. We love having you on. And if anybody can come on, live, we love it. And we mention you and we like reading your chats and interacting with you. And if not, that's okay. Thank you for joining us. And so
here's to everybody: Sean, Lola, John, George, Brigitte, Carl. Have I missed anybody so far? That's me.
John?
I can do my Christopher.
John.
Yeah. Lola, John, Brigitte, mediocre modeler.
Oh yeah, it's a good buddy of ours. All right,
you are all awesome. Sexual chocolate and a Cylon voice. I could do that. Where's my Cylon voice?
Sexual chocolate.
That's not the Cylon voice, but it's close enough. Sexual.
Oh, what the heck?
Look at the stormtrooper voice.
Yes.
Luke Skywalker, bring me the sexual chocolate.
So anyways, thank you for joining us. Yeah, 100011 10101. Thank you very much for joining us. We're getting a little crazy tonight. We haven't even started drinking yet. We're going to try that though.
Yeah, no kidding.
But thank you so much for joining us. Fans fuel the fleet. You are the fans, and we can't do anything without fans. We've got to keep the fleet going, whether it be the Battlestar fleet or the Logan's Run fleet or the V fleet. So here's to you. Thank you for joining us, and keep doing what you do as a fan.
Cool.
Here's to you.
Here's to you guys. Thanks. Oh, that's good. Crisp. I like it. So, guys,
oh my.
thank you for Thank you for the treat for treating us.
That's like drinking a chocolate Easter bunny.
Oh,
with
wow.
espresso.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So,
oh yeah, that's a chocolate Easter bunny with espresso.
Cheers to you, Mediocre Modeler. Thanks. Cheers to everybody. Thank you.
Mediocre's probably got his Stein out. I could see him now with his his purple.
I bet he does.
His purple mark on the heart.
Absolutely. So
these are the beers you're looking for.
Yes, they are. John 1 is with us, our news anchor. He's going to be going through a series of slides, and he's going to tell us about some of the stuff that's out there, upcoming, some comments. Do you have did you prep it? Did you put it up from the beginning, Mr. Tipsy Toaster?
Well, hang on. He moved. I got to change him a little bit. Hang on.
He didn't move. He's exactly where I left him.
No.
He is.
He moved over. I got to make sure he looks. He's got to look good.
No, we're going to. Yeah, of course he does. Now you're cutting me off. You sliced me in half.
I'm working on it.
Don't slice me in half.
Hang on. There he is. Whoop. Hello.
Okay. All right. Well, in the meantime,
there we go.
All right, so John's ready? Yeah, John. Hey, John, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on and giving us all the updates that you got.
Hey, guys, how are you? How you doing tonight?
Amazing.
Good.
How's that beer? It looks pretty good, huh? Chocolate?
Chocolate. Awesome. It's like drinking a liquid chocolate. It's like, I guess an Easter bunny could be sexual. I don't know, but it's an Easter bunny sexual chocolate.
There's a couple of jokes there, but my minions to help me with the cue cards tonight.
Yeah, well, I'll have to hold the cue cards up for those, and I don't know if we're rated G, PG, X, or R tonight, but we'll get close.
Oh, relax.
We're never beyond PG. Come on. We're just like Galactica.
That's right.
Keep going and going and going.
That's it.
All right. Well, it's movie time, people, so grab your wands and brooms and go see Fantastic Beasts, The Secret of Dumbledore. Came out yesterday. I like this series. It's pretty good. A lot of good actors. And Mads Mikkelsen will play the bad guy, Grindelwald. So it looks pretty good. And Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness will be at the 6th of May. But tickets went on sale yesterday. So there's a lot to see in this series. The Scarlet Witch will be in it.
Is that Wanda?
Ooh.
Wanda, yep,
yeah.
From WandaVision.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? I never finished that.
Yeah. Oh, you got to finish it. It's good.
Oh, it's good. It's good. And then they'll be introducing the mutants into the MCU universe with Professor X. He'll be coming on there, too.
Oh, George G, big fan. He's going to love it.
Yeah, it's going to be good. The previews for it, the stuff I hear about, it's going to be a good movie. All right, any Vikings on board? You'll want to see this Viking revenge movie, The Northman, with Alexander Skarsgård. I think he was from
I've heard about this one.
Pure Blood, HBO. Reviews are very good. It's a good movie, so get out there and see it. This will be coming out, I think, the 19th of April. And, well, George Lucas will be throwing his hat back in the directing ring. George will be directing a as-yet unnamed Star Wars movie.
Oops.
Oh, George, if you're listening, don't Ewok this up. We
George,
all know you like CGI.
George, if you're listening, we need the Jar Jar story.
Oh, don't.
We need the Jar Jar story, George.
Oh,
George, listen to me, George. We need the Jar Jar Binks story.
No.
Don't Jar Jar this up, George, because Misa don't want to walk out of the theater. Okay?
Misa paid for lots of tickets, so did Jar Jar.
Yeah. Misa was very, very unhappy because he just never shut up, Jar Jar. I wanted someone to blast him. Horrible. And Supernatural meets Yellowstone in Amazon's new sci-fi Western series. Outer Range, starring Josh Brolin as a rancher struggling to save his family and his ranch. When he finds a black hole on the thing of his property, things seem to change for him. Check it out on.
Yeah, that one. My feed was like flooded with that one. I don't know. It looks pretty interesting.
April 15th on Amazon. It comes out. That looks pretty good. Coming attractions was good too. So, and Star Trek Picard fans, I'm sure you can't wait for season 3 because the entire cast of the Next Generation will be on.
They're bringing them back together. Let's get the band back together.
We'll have the original TNC characters. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be fun
when it comes out. HBO Max will be working on 2 new series. One is Sherlock Holmes with turn around. Hey, turn around. Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Okay. But the next one I'm looking forward to is Welcome to Derry. It's a Stephen King fans will know Derry from the movie It. It'll be a movie about a series about the origins of Pennywise.
Well, that
looks
like
scary.
But that house looks like the Amityville Horror House.
That looks like the old house from Salem's Lot.
Oh, wow, that was another great movie.
Yeah, that's right.
That one scared the pants off me when I was a kid.
Salem's Lot movie is coming out in September.
Ooh.
Oh,
They remade it back in the 70s,
Really?
so it should be good. Yeah.
okay.
So that's going to be coming out September 9th, I think. And
Next.
no, just
It's hard to find good
Minions.
cue card holders.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
man.
gonna go to the dungeon.
Minions.
all right. And Netflix will release the second and final series on Pacific Rim: The Black. Those pesky kaiju can't get enough. Big robots. It's looking good. That's coming out next week on
Really?
Netflix.
Next week?
And then next week, episode of The Black is season 2 coming out April 19th. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Coming out on
April
Netflix.
19th, okay.
And if you can't get enough of kaiju, check out this book I recommend called A Copy of Kaiju Preservation Society, about a student who joins this group that helps try to prevent kaijus from entering into our world and from all the nuclear bombs we set off, and tries to keep the kaiju safe from people. That's already out now.
Kaiju. Wow.
And Kaiju Preservation Society. Looks pretty good.
Yeah,
John
no,
Scalzi.
And
John Scalzi is big. He's got.
So-
I've listened to numerous of his books. I can't.
I've read some of his books.
I listen to them. They're much easier.
the way things are going, don't be surprised that becomes a movie.
Yeah.
I think
no
he's
kidding.
got.
That might be a movie.
Was it
I
Red
think it's
Shirts?
2, right?
Yeah, Red
Red
Shirts is
and
going to be a
another one.
movie,
We're working on 2.
and then
Yeah.
it's the Forever War, I think. That's by Hadelman. Old Man's War. Old Man's War is another movie that's coming out that he's doing. Those are
check that
both amazing books. So Old Man's War is amazing. It's a trilogy, but it's really good. It's like what a concept. When you get 75 years old, you join the military and turn your body over to the government.
Oh man.
It's like,
Yeah.
So
Sounds familiar.
So it's not. So the fighting is not for the kids. It's for the old man. So they call it the Old Man's War.
Wow, that's
So
pretty interesting.
it's a good book. We have to start having to do a listing of audio books that we've listened to one of those segments.
Yeah, we're gonna do some of the reading stuff that we're doing because we've been doing a lot of that now.
Yeah, Brian. Brian mentioned the Halo. I did
Halo. I've been watching it.
Yeah, I did 2 episodes of it. I don't think the third one's out yet.
Correct. I'm
Third
caught up.
the third one's out this week. Came out. I think it
okay.
came out Monday or Tuesday.
Jeff Walters, thanks for joining us. Brian Beloff. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. Halo is great so far. Jeff says Kirk is better, but I got to tell you, in terms of between Discovery and Picard is really, really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. Discovery was a little bit, I don't know, not what I was expecting. Yeah. So when I went over to Picard, I really like Picard a lot, guys. I never thought I would say that because I was just not, Kirk is my captain, but Picard in this and, the supporting cast,
The acting is good, yeah.
acting, it's really,
Good
actually,
storyline.
it's really good. But looking forward to Captain Pike.
Oh, Brave
Strange
New Worlds.
man.
Brave New Worlds. Yeah, that
Brave
was
New
going to be
Worlds,
interesting.
That's right. That looks.
They just
that's,
put out a
that's what I'm-
extended trailer for that. That looks really great. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah.
then Orville
So-
is supposed to be coming out again soon, but it's going to be coming out on
Yes,
Hulu.
Orville, which is really funny.
I liked
Make it so
Orville,
number
and then
2.
I like Lower Decks.
Yeah.
I like Lower. I know it's animated, but I like
Lower
Lower
Decks.
Decks. It's
Oh, Lower Decks is really funny too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Ultraman Season 2, April 14, 2022. So that's Ultraman Season 2.
I've never seen Ultraman.
Wow, man. Ultraman Season 2.
I wonder what that's on.
Well, we
I
got
wonder
to
if
get
that's
on that.
I don't know. I've never seen
Coming out on
Ultraman.
Netflix.
Netflix?
On Netflix? Okay, Mediocre Model put that up. We got to check that out then. That's interesting. Speaking of conventions, John, we need to do a little bit of a retrospect on WinterCon now that it kind of settled out. So there's a couple of things that you're going to be up for. As a matter of fact, do you off to another? Are you going to be anchoring anything else? Do you have a couple of minutes, John? Put you on the spot.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Chris. We have John 1 on with us. Why don't we introduce John 1 formally and talk to him a little bit about, coming onto the show and do a little spotlight on him. What do you think?
Sure. We can do that.
Yeah. All right. So, John, the idea was that we were going to have each one of our team members spotlighted, and we had meant, Tiny Bean Tara had come on, and we had said that you would be next, and you needed, you want to have a little bit of time because you want to think things through a little bit. And so right now, what I thought of was the fact that you and I went to WinterCon, so we need to do a little thing on WinterCon, and I took a bunch of pictures. So we'll set that up, and you haven't been to one. I've been to all of them, so we'll do that in the future. But maybe tonight, John, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What brings you to IFB, and what's your connection to sci-fi and comics and all the things you talk about?
Oh, well, me and you worked together for a long time, and we like the same similar interests. I remember asking you if you're doing anything, and you brought me on, and I wanted to share my love for sci-fi. I mean, growing up with it was great. I mean, I watched Buck Rogers I think if I can't remember, it used to be on Monday nights at 8 p.m. And then Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, Star Trek. I used to watch all the sci-fi movies. I just watched Ice Pirates today.
Oh, there's a great show.
I remember that.
Remember that? I was like, let me see what's on.
Yeah.
I watch this. Just watching sci-fi, seeing what's going on, reading books, getting into miniatures now. Like I'm considering painting Warhammer. I used to do a lot of wargaming, so I'll have to get into that. Comics I've been collecting since, I think since I was 18 years old, for well over 30 years now. So I like that. I like the new things, the character developments, different companies coming out, talking to people about it, sharing it with my nephews and my sons. So it's a good hobby. I enjoy it. Keeps me out of trouble.
What's your most prized sci-fi collectible?
I think I had my Boba Fett that I sent away for when I was a kid. I had to get all these tabs from the Star Wars collectibles.
Oh my gosh!
I had to put in the mail and get them and get the Boba Fett.
You still have them?
I have them somewhere. Yeah, he said
nice. And you're an Army vet too.
Yes, I am. Yep. I was in the Army from 91 to 93, a 3rd Infantry Division. I was artillery, and I got out military, and I became, and I still work for the government now.
Yeah, outstanding.
I just did 25-year mark like a couple weeks ago.
25 years. Congratulations, John. That's outstanding, man. So you have this. You're a fan. You like this stuff. You watch this stuff, and we're glad to have you. What about reading? Do you get a chance to read it all, John, or is that something that's? Yeah. What do you like?
I got a lot of books. I like to read sci-fi. I like to read a lot of history books. I read about art. Some fiction books about characters I want to hear about. What else? I like to read about sci-fi books. I pick up like Byron Croft. He's a really good author. He does that supernatural detective, the Arkham series.
Oh, yeah.
I pick up a couple other books here and there. So I'm trying to get into Star Wars books. I have a couple of them. I just haven't read them yet. But I do like other different sci-fis, and I read the Pike Chronicles. They're pretty good. I just got into that. So,
is that the one from the author you sent us to?
Yes.
Yeah, I just got the audiobooks for one of them. I don't know if it was the Pike Chronicles though. I think it was this other one.
It might be the I don't know. I'm not sure which one you. I think it's the one that I'm going to get. I think it's the Pike Chronicles. But anyway, we're going to start that because GP Hudson is interested in coming on the show, so we're finalizing that. Thanks, John, for bringing that to our attention and reaching out to the guy. As a matter of fact, since we're talking about that, everybody knows that we're going to have Colonel McQueen from Space Above and Beyond, which is near and dear show. And John has been doing that. John actually got us a bunch of authors from last year, from our first season. He reached out and he worked all that. Those of you that have watched our St. Mark's Comics, the owner that came on, we did a whole show. John worked that angle. So John not only does the anchoring for us and talks about the upcoming comic books and shows and movies and things, but he also runs some interference in the background and gets us guests and the like. So we appreciate that, John. And so we're glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're with us. You're a real sci-fi fan, which is cool, right? That's what you need to be, so that you can really talk about it with that passion. Otherwise, what is there? What else about you, John? Is there anything else that you'd like to share with everybody else? Like, what makes you tick? Like, what's John about? Like, other than some of the things you said.
Like, what's your astronomical sign? Do you enjoy long walks on the beach?
Well, I like. I'm a Pisces, and I'm an introvert, trying to better myself. That's why I come out here, and I'm very shy originally, and this helps me a lot to come out and talk to people, and it's been pretty therapeutic, and I enjoy doing it. And I like sharing what I have. I mean, I like going to national parks. I like going away. I like traveling. I like reading. I like having fun with the boys. I want my sons keep me busy. So I'm married. My wife keeps me busy too. So, bought a house.
How many sons do you have? Two.
Yep.
Now that'll keep
Irish twins, Wolf and Wyatt. So.
keeps you going, John. That's really cool, man. So we're happy that you're a part of the team. We enjoy your commentary, and I think everybody else does too. So we really appreciate it, and we just want to make sure that everybody got a little bit of background story. Like the backstory is like, who's John One? What is he about? So yeah, we appreciate it. I like the idea that you're getting into more and more into Warhammer, and I'm going to try to steer you into some of the books and some of the the bigger picture mythology, because it's incredible, man. It's just a lot of fun, but it's good stuff. As a matter of fact, Mediocre Modeler asks thoughts on Moon Knight. I'm in it. I'm
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm not giving up. Yeah. The first episode started out kind of strange, but it's okay. I'm in it.
The second one, they keep doing different characters. They try to keep up with the character. I think if you read the comic book, you'll see a lot of the Easter eggs. Like I saw a couple of things. Okay, I remember that comic book. The statue guy is one of his alter ego's friend. Really, he actually talks to him. The comic. So
boy.
I think you really have to be a reader of the comic to understand the series. And I watched it the other day. I'm like, what? So it's I hope it gets better, but it's pretty good. It's a good concept, and if you read the comic, you'll probably enjoy it more. So if you actually history, it's good.
As long as it doesn't turn into a waste of time.
Oh boy, I know what you're alluding to. You need to stop.
Go anywhere.
I'm in it. I'm committed. I'm watching. Halo. Halo's kind of. It looks good. It has a good feel, but I'm hoping that they kind of. I want more from their dialogue, the scripts, and the backstory. I want a little bit more. I don't mind that they dived in the way they did. I read the books. I didn't play the game, but I read all the books. So we'll see. I just wanted to mention that Michael Miles, thanks for joining us live. John Repper, hey John, thanks for joining us. Hey Sean, admin from Battlestar Bulletin Board, thanks for coming on, brother. We're gonna have you back. Sean's also a writer. We're gonna have him on. Lola, we're gonna have him on. Carl, we're also gonna have him come back. So, and Mediocre Modeler, as a matter of fact, was our first.
He's one of our very first guests. Yeah, we'll have to have him come back on and see how he's doing.
So thanks for joining us, guys, live. So John, look, we got more to do, and we're gonna do a retrospect. You and I will take apart WinterCon, and we got pictures. I think we had a good experience, and it was a smallish convention, but I think we can, we'll put it together and we'll present it.
Okay.
Fran, hey Fran, yo dudes, I'm late, but I'm here. Excellent. Thanks for joining us, Fran. Your video has taken off. I think it's It's approaching 7,000 views. So well done, Fran. Thank you. And speaking of that, guys, Eric Pannon wants to come on with
he got jealous.
Fran. So we're gonna try to set it up so that you both of you can come on, and we'll have you on a special, and we'll do a fan fiction special. And so, John, hey, thanks for being with us. Appreciate the support.
We got one question for you, John.
Oh.
Ready? I gotta pull it up here. Oops, that's the wrong one. I got it. I hate when that happens. It moved on me.
Restream bot. Too cool. Yeah, Fran. Outstanding. Hey, so actually we were talking about New York Comic Con is getting ready to they're prepping. They're prepping for the show. I think they're expecting a lot of fans, more than last year, of course. So John 1's going to be with us, and Tipsy Toaster and I will be covering. John will be coming on as well, and he'll be doing some interviewing as well. We'll cover that and bring it to you like we usually do. New York Comic Con can be a little crazy. Awesome Con is on the horizon.
Yep.
What does it say? What does that say?
There you go, John. This question for you.
For you? What?
Do you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain? Gotta leave it to Carl and come up with something.
Carl, good one.
Now I got this stuck in my mind for the rest of the night.
John, check this out. Warhammer 40,000, man. Oh. Raven Guard veteran sergeant McFarlane.
Wow.
So you were talking about miniatures. Ooh. I did the miniatures too in the wargaming, but these guys are like, they're about 7-8 inches. They're really cool. And then you can always modify them and customize them a little bit. And
we'll take it out of the package.
Yeah, you can put some battle scars on them and stuff.
Yep. I'll show you some of the guys that I'm working on. I got 4 of them that I'm working on. So I'm customizing them and stuff. So it goes from the little ones that John mentioned, the miniatures, to this guy's like really big. So there's a lot you can do with it. It's a lot of fun.
I can't paint worth a crap, so I'll buy them painted.
So you'll pay $400. I paid $20, but they're a lot of fun. It just brings it to life. But I don't know about you guys, but I dug this back up, Resident Evil 4, right? PS4. So I started playing that again. I've been playing that since it first came out.
Well, I'm getting ready to. I've been talking about it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm getting ready to crack out the PS3 and the Battlestar Galactica game.
Yeah, you were supposed to. Is it PS3 or PS2?
PS2 or 3, I can't remember. I'm going to play it online. I'll bring it up here. If I play it, I'll go live just for the fun of it and play it because.
Oh, we have to see it. Oh, yeah, we definitely have to see it.
You'll watch me die 5,000 times because I'm horrible.
That's okay. We got to see it.
It's fun.
Hey, Paul Roder's on. Commander Kane watching over from the West Coast. Thank you for joining us. The founding admin for Colonial Warriors on Facebook and a lot of other groups that he's also admin, moderator, and founder of. Everybody knows him.
Great.
That's
Paul
out
says
there.
It's a tough game.
It's a tough, yeah, I bet it is. It looks like a tough game. I've seen some of it, but Paul, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Fran, I'm not. My German's not that good, so I don't know. Maybe John can do a little translating. But we are looking forward to having some of our guests, which I was mentioning before. So we are, thanks to some of the help from John. We got James Morrison, Colonel McQueen, which I mentioned. We have Von Babson.
Oh my gosh!
We have Greg.
So people who don't know Von Babson, he was a behind-the-scenes kind of guy that he worked on Jaws 2. He actually worked on some of the stuff that was.
That's just one movie.
That's out of the 20 or 30 he's done. Yeah. So he's gonna be a fun interview because he's that guy behind the scenes that just did everything. So he's like the dolly grip and the guy running around with tape and the guy who helped build the shark. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So and we're gonna have actually Greg Norris. Greg Norris is a published author, and he's working on a BSG piece that he's publishing that's been picked up for, and so he's gonna come on the show, and he's excited about it. Actually, we're gonna celebrate his birthday. Yeah. So everybody come back. We'll let you know.
That day's we're scheduling for him. He's like, that day's my birthday. Yeah. Like, oh, you don't want to come on your birthday. It's like, oh no, that's a perfect birthday present for me. It's like,
exactly. And there's another name that some of you may recognize. It's Chris Fian. He is the commander of the Empire City Garrison 501 in New York, and he was instrumental back in the day with the official Battlestar Galactica group club. And so he's now doing the 501. He's going to be coming on, and he's going to be doing our Star Wars update. So every month, Chris will join us and give us, his take on what's going on with Empire City Garrison of the 501, the Star Wars world, all of that all the Star Wars stuff is basically his. And so he'll give us his take on it and updates. Not to mention, he's going to come back separately for us to talk about Battlestar Galactica and his role, because at one time he was one of the aficionados that were instrumental in keeping Galactica going back in the day. And so we'll have him come back and talk about that. But we have an interview from last year's New York Comic-Con, and thousands of you have watched that already. So it's interesting. If you're into that, he talks all about all the things that they do, including charity. So we're looking forward to having Chris come on. And we are finalizing a Star Trek aficionado, a commentator that's going to be coming on and giving us their spin on all the Star Trek stuff that's going on. So we'll announce that soon enough. But in the meantime, I'm just looking at my guest list. I think that's pretty much it for now. We have a couple other unconfirmed.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'll give you another one. No, it's not enough. I'll give you one more, Chris. We have a Buck Rogers themed show that we're going to be doing.
Yep.
Buck Rogers in the 25th century. And we have a super fan, a moderator, administrator of one of the biggest Facebook groups out there, who is a major collector. And he's going to be on with us as our guest to talk about Buck Rogers in the 25th century, another Larson production, right, Chris?
Yeah. So we got that one. We've got lots of stuff going on. I was looking over here at the things. It's funny how Michael he says he's sending over some Gnomon boys tonight.
Oh,
the Gnomons are all over the place. They're in the book we're going to do, and they're in the comic book we're going to do. So.
Oh, in the comic book too.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, a Nova Cycle. That's right, Paul. So, guys, tonight, of course, we're going to be doing, Battlestar Galactica Armageddon by Richard Hatch and Christopher Golden. As a matter of fact, Chris, speaking of Christopher Golden, we are in talks with Mr. Golden.
We're working it. It might be a couple of months, it seems like, because his schedule is pretty busy. So,
but
we're in contact with him. And
he's open.
And he's open to come on the show. It's just it's difficult to pin him down since he's so busy. So we're gonna give it a hell of a shot. That's all I got to say.
And then in June we have Awesome Con, and that's coming up. Oh, not to mention New York Comic Con, guys. For those of you on the East Coast, for those of you who go to New York Comic Con, they've already started sending out emails and locking people down. So we are on the we're joined.
We're on the VIP list.
The VIP advanced list. So we are going to be getting tickets. We're definitely attending. So anybody that's going to be going to New York Comic Con, let's have a get together. Same thing for Awesome Con. And
we will definitely be at Awesome Con. Yep.
Oh yeah. And then we're talking about going to Chicago. So
I think C2E2 is Pete and I are in talks with it. We got to improve it with the Imperious leaders.
Yes, that's right.
The Imperious leaders are never easy to convince, but that looks like probably a good to go. I think I think we're like 95, 85% type thing, but we have to get the clearance from Imperious leaders. And if that's the case, we will be at C2E2 in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one we haven't been to, and I think that's going to be fun.
It's going to be great. I've been to one out there before, and Chicago can be a lot of fun. It's a big con. So looking forward to that. So Chris, we also have a clue to something we're working on.
We're working on.
And we got this. There's a.
So ready for clue? Here's your clue.
Let's go.
We're working on this.
We're working on this. And Lola says no Florida. Yes, Florida. We're still trying to.
Yeah, we're looking at Florida. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a Miami one, and there is a Pensacola. Don't quote me on that one.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't remember which one it is.
Something like that. John Repper says, far beyond this world, I know, far beyond my time. What kind of world am I hoping to find? An IFB world would suit me just fine. Thanks, John.
Got a haiku Excellent. Going here.
John, man, you're awesome, dude. It is done, Imperious Leader. It is cool. Thank you, sir. This one here. This one goes out to John. John Repper, thanks, man.
Thanks. And then
it's the dog is barking at the gnomon. They're there. That's true.
Yes.
So there's gnomon in the book that I'm holding up. I'm holding up the book, the Armageddon by Hatch and Golden, and in the comic book as well.
And if anybody wants to give me $4,000, I think someone just reminded me in the chat. If you're willing to give me $4,000, I will buy the Muffet that's on eBay. Man, I want that thing so bad. Oh, better yet, give me $3,000. I'll pay the other $1,000.
Yes, put a Kickstarter for IFB to have their own Daggett.
So I have my own Daggett. I don't think he'll fit on the microphone, though. He's not going to fit on the microphone.
No, he's not going to fit on the microphone. Speaking of that,
it's like, what would I do with it? I don't know. I can't. Well, luckily I don't have any dogs or cats, so it wouldn't be taken apart. So,
Chris Dykes and Chuck Davenport. Again, thanks for the special effects that you see when we start the show. They're
working on some more, which is amazing, by the way.
So really cool stuff. Thank you guys for doing that. I just wanted to bring up the fact that
Michael Miles says he can build me a Muffet for way less than that. So first projects first, there, Michael. First projects first.
Yes, one at a time. So yes, Lola, Florida, I see that little face that you put up. And we're definitely going to do Florida eventually, one way or the other. We're going to end up going.
Is that where the Copacabana is?
It's anywhere Lola is. That's where the Copacabana is.
I guess they don't mention where the Copacabana is, do they?
It could be anywhere you want it to be
in the song. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that now. Anyways.
Yes, you should. 100%.
I squirreled there for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, you did. If for you that are listening to the podcast, you got to come and watch this because it was kind of funny. Not as funny as last week's shot that we used for the episode where Tipsy Toaster's holding the little Buddha, the Cylon Buddha, and he's actually.
I'm not culturally sensitive enough to many of our followers, unfortunately. I apologize in advance, but I'm not culturally sensitive enough for. But yes, the Cylon Buddha rules. I've got multiple Cylon Buddhas.
Mediocre Modeler says $4,000 for the Muffet. Does the monkey come with it? George says I'm hitting the beach. Where are you? What are you talking about? You hitting the beach, George? Where are you? Hitting the beach.
I didn't think they had the beach at was it Studio 54?
Yeah, Studio CBS. Oh man, he's probably off. He's
on a green screen, probably. Like, I'm at the beach. Yeah,
at the beach. Yeah. Oh boy, he was on a cruise, from what I understand. He was.
He sent us a picture from there too.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, listen, guys, we're working things on our end, and we are glad and happy that you're all here with us. But he's at home. We have a commercial. We have a
we actually got a sponsor.
Yeah.
So one of our sponsors. So we have to read this out loud for the sponsor. So I have to make sure I get the right voice here.
Check.
Yeah. Make sure that.
Is that it? That's it.
Nope.
So
that's it.
Go
ahead.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. So our sponsor tonight. That is this.
That's not it.
I didn't change it. That's not it. Is that it? That's not it. We had an agreement.
That's it there. That's it there.
Come on.
There we go. There we go.
That's
there
it.
Is.
That's
okay.
it. That's it.
All right. So our sponsor tonight. This segment is brought to you by the Carillon Travel Bureau.
Queen Lotte personally invites you to visit the planet Carillon. Carillon is a wonderful, warm climate with fresh, clean air and comfortable gravity. Don't miss the romantic nights with 2 wonderful moons to sit with your significant other, kindle your love, and legally smoke plant vapor. Or, if you're looking for more excitement, visit the casino where the odds of winning are better than anywhere in the verse. All of our vacation packages include all you can eat, all you can drink, and free out-of-this-world entertainment like the Ch09 sisters. Have you been working too hard and just need to relax? Head on down to the lower levels for a massage by one of our 4-armed Ovions. The massage after the massage, you'll be treated to a rejuvenating web wrap in a comfortable, unique honeycomb degeneration bed, where any unsightly fat is literally digested away. So if you're looking for a great, cheap vacation, try the planet Carillon. You are guaranteed not to leave unhappy. For more information, please contact Sire Yuri, the head liaison to the Carillon Vacation and Travel Bureau.
They are a platinum qubit sponsor, so thank you very much.
Yeah, George
we're working on more sponsors. We'll see they show up. So, hey, we take what we can get.
George. Good luck, man. Oh boy,
I'm looking forward to the web wrap with the automatic degeneration bed where it sucks all your fat out or digest your fat, something like that.
You would receive a hot wax treatment in our catacombs. Yeah, Jeff, exactly.
But the 2 moons and smoking plant vapor is legal there.
Of course it is.
So
just like it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want there. Yeah. Go ahead, go for it. So that's the first of many commercials. Not to mention, we did tell you that we're going to be doing the book segment. So we're going to share a little bit of like the books that we're reading and or listening to. So we'll be doing a small segment on that because amongst all the abundance of time, the great abundance of time that we have, we spend it reading and listening to all kinds of sci-fi. So that's interesting. But I'm looking forward to having some of all the guests and all the things that we talked about. I think we're gonna have a lot of good times and some good shows coming up for you guys. And it's as a matter of fact, I forgot to mention that we're going to be doing some trivia. Eric Larson is going to be coming back, so we'll be doing a tribute to Battlestar Galactica as well. But we'll be doing a couple of trivia things. And I think, Chris, we said that the Buck Rogers show, we're probably going to do a little bit of trivia.
Yes.
When we do the Buck Rogers.
Yep.
So for those of you that
we
remember,
paid for for that, so we need to start using it. Actually, I just got a text from the CG artists, one of the CG artists from the 2004 Battlestar Galactica, and he is coming on sometime in June. We'll be working on that one too.
Outstanding. Clay Arden says 2 moons. How can you go wrong?
That's right.
Just like New York City. Beautiful. George says, just like New York City. And Jeff Walter says, those 4
the catacombs with
give the best massages.
4 arms. I mean, also, you've got to imagine 4-arm massage. That's got to be great. You look at the picture. I mean, it looked like Cassie was having a great time with that massage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sean says, Buck trivia, time to go rewatch my box set.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's talk about, we'll be talking about favorite shows or episodes and, some of the background stuff. And like I said, we're lucky enough that we're going to have a super fan with us, and he's going to, he owns some of the props from the show. So we're going to try to entice him to share that with us as well. And we'll have a good night. And remember, guys, we're going to be doing different shows, right? So we have Land of the Lost and V, and a whole bunch of our favorite shows that we'll be doing periodically throughout the rest of the year. And I'm looking forward to the trivia. And I want to talk too much because of the real grog I've been drinking, and this is your guys' show. It's great. Hey, Mike, don't worry about it. It's good, man. It's good. It's all welcome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So Chris, we gave a clue. We gave away a clue. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
I don't want
to. We gave a clue.
I don't want to.
The flash clue. If you weren't paying attention earlier, flash clue.
Flash clue. If you
go.
know what that is, you'll know what Chris and I are working on, and we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a good time with that. So we're building up to it, and we'll keep you posted as we move forward. And I don't know. I guess Chris. I think it's probably that time where you hit that comic book, man.
We can do the comic book. Let's do the comic book. So I need some kind of. We need some kind of comic book or something. Hang on.
Yeah, you got to do that. What's up with that?
There we do
comic book. Oh, that's definitely not it.
No, that's not it.
Comic book.
No, that's not it.
No.
Comic
hey,
book.
Mike Miles says
book.
Battlestar Rykon patch.
Comic book.
No,
I don't think it's right. No, comic book.
Chris Laskowski from down under in Australia. Chris, thanks for watching, man.
Hey, Baz is on too.
Right. It's Martin's Battlestar.
Yep.
Baz, what's up, buddy? Hope you. Oh my God! Before Chris says anything, just say yes. You're working on his sword, and just let him, because he's gonna bring it up. Paul, of course, says greeting, Baz. So
I hope Baz is feeling better more than anything else. I don't care if he's working on a sword.
How are you, buddy?
Hopefully, he's feeling a whole lot better from the COVID. So
yeah, hope you're doing okay. And thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate support. All the guys are watching live. Anybody else that's on, man, send us a quick message, even if it's just a one-word hello, so we can recognize you live. And we appreciate everybody else that watches us, by the thousands around the world. Our sci-fi fans and supporters of IFB in the Philippines. Thousands of you guys are joining up and watching and supporting.
Thank who would have thought?
We love having you on.
We're really big in the Philippines.
Yeah, we're big in the Philippines and Vietnam and a whole bunch of other places around the world. So thank you for joining. And yes, hello, Baz, long distance shout, Carl. Yup, and Austria, right?
Yep.
We have all kinds of followers,
all around
watchers,
the world.
around. We love it. Thank you so much, guys. This is it gives it another spin. So anyway, look, Chris, you got the comic book.
Yes,
and this
I
is
have
part
to
of
fire it off there. Hang on.
Yeah,
I'll be switching over, so keep yapping.
Yes. So on the for those of you that are watching it live or watching the video stream of our show, you'll get to see Chris with an overhead camera actually go through the pages of the comic book that we review and the story. And those of you that don't, Chris does his best to kind of narrate. And let me just read a couple of comments from Baz, who is in Australia. Thanks, gents. Recovering, lungs copped a flogging. Yep. A little tender still, but back at work and on the Viper. So Baz has built himself a 1-to-1 scale Viper. And we've had him on the show. So if you were interested in knowing anything about it, you got to see this. Is crazy cool. So, check that out. Glad that Baz is doing better. Jeff Walters says, so does Lucifer live or is his brain still scattered all over the floor? Jeff is referring to the Tipsy Toaster is actually making his own Lucifer. And so he had the whole head sculpted out, and so he's working on it, and he's got the electronics for it, and he will debut Lucifer at Dragon Con and hopefully also at New York Comic Con. So hey, it's cool stuff. And time waits for no man unless that man's name is Baz. You got that, Baz. We're glad that you're doing better. And thanks, everybody. Brigitte, your show is great. Thank you for staying up. I know that it's like 2 a.m. or, past 2 a.m., almost 3 a.m. in Austria. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. And nice work to Chris. Yes, Chris is working hard on that Lucifer of his, and it's coming along. So yeah, he's doing stuff on that. So yeah, guys, we're on Spotify and of course, on Facebook as well in terms of our podcast. So if you're interested in listening to us on any of that, you'll see us there. Of course, if you want to look up any of the details on the crew or anybody else, we're on IMDb and you can see who's up, and all our guests, of course, are all listed out on IMDb. And
well, we're getting there.
see it.
You can hear me?
We're getting there. We're close. We can hear you. Yes, we can,
cool.
Chris.
Check.
Battlestar Galactica, Apollo's Journey. This is from Maximum Press. And are you ready, Chris?
Yeah, I'm ready. This is a really cool cover. I really like the cover on this. Once again, we're back to the steampunkish look from before. But Apollo's Journey, this is this one's important because this one is actually written by Richard Hatch. So the book tonight is written by Richard Hatch as well as Christopher Golden. But you're going to see a big connection between the book and this Apollo's Journey tonight. So previous episodes, we'll kind of read through this and give you an overview of what it was before. So before it was while showing his grandson Kane trick maneuvers in his Viper while flying through the rings of Saturn, Commander Kane scanned an approaching vessel for on a direct course of Earth. Apollo and Starbuck did a boarding party on this vessel. They discovered a guy inside. The truth was Ares is a specialized. The guy inside was supposed to be a human that was one of the 13th tribe. He wasn't. He was a Cylon. Yay! But he was I don't like him though because he.
Tell everybody why you don't like him. Tell him. Go ahead.
No, it hurts. It hurts too much.
Go ahead.
Him and Athena. No, I don't want to talk about it. So anyways, in truth, Ares was a specialized Cylon created to look and act like a human, and after destroying the Galactus hyperdrive, that's how they got to Earth, by the way. And now he was locked inside a escape pod with Starbuck, and Starbuck launched the escape pod, and we believe Starbuck is dead now. Of course, he's not going to be, because he never is. But anyways, we don't know that for sure yet in this comic. But despite their efforts, search parties, they couldn't find a trace of Starbuck, and we start back up. So we're back into Apollo's Journey. This is after they've launched the pod out with Ares inside, and Ares reported where they were at, and now it looks bad because there are a bunch of spinning tops getting ready to attack Earth, and they all have temporal drives. So this is a really cool Cylon here, by the way. I really like it's kind of like got a Roman-esque helmet style. I kind of like that. It's, see how the back goes down. I mean, the original Cylons that you have it kind of, but this is kind of the way it's split up. It looks like the plumes. But anyways, Imperious leader is like, hey, great, we're ready to go. And of course he says, let the attack begin. Of course, that's every time I read that, I can only hear it in the McNee's voice. I don't know why that is, but it just happens to be that way.
So you're weird.
Yeah, I guess. So then it switches over to this, and they're all at the table. Apollo and the leadership are at the table. And he says, this tactical simulation clearly illustrates since Ares' failure, they're going to come for us. So he's got all these pictures of all of the, he's got a simulation of all of these base stars, which is technically what they said earlier is the Imperious leader says, hey, we got all these base stars, let's go get them. And Apollo's like, hey, they're going to come get us. So, and he's like, hey, they're going to come get us. And they're like, so we need to, pack up our poop and get going. But not everybody wants to do that. Everybody's like, no, we'll fight here. We're not going to leave anymore, especially Commander Kane.
Yes.
So, I hate Commander Kane. I love what he says, though. He says,
no, you don't. Commander Kane's cool.
No. He says, you can manipulate the council with your war room bravada for millennia, but they'll see through you. I hope it's just not too late. So Kane's saying, we need to stand and fight. Apollo saying we need to take off, and then the council needs to make the decision. Meanwhile, on the prison barge, this is going to sound familiar. this will be a flashback from tonight. So Beryllian Nomen are getting ready. They're requested to be released onto the Earth so they can create their own little area. So Bora, Tara, and I can't, every time in MAGA, you can't look at these guys and read what they say without hearing the voice. I don't know why that is, but it's just, I can't, every time I read, well said, MAGA, that kind of stuff is, you just hear the voice. So they're like, hey, you guys need to, so the guard is telling me to calm down, you need to wait. We're looking to, the council's getting ready to approve you to move down there on your own, type thing. But a moment later, Shazam, who shows up? But Count Ebly.
No.
I love Count
Talk
Ebly.
about hate him. I hate him.
Yeah, Count Ebly's great. And I love the way they use the call-out bubbles are kind of crusty looking, just the evil looking Count. All the other speech bubbles look normal, but when Count Ebly talks, it got this crusty looking, evil looking outline to them. It's kind of cool. So, but I hear he's like, hey, you've been confined, and you need to, and he's like, the Cylons want your help. They want you to rule the humans. And Maga's like, hey, they talk back and forth, and Maga's like, this is the blood hunt. This is required. We've been locked up for all of these years. I think they say 20 yarns, and now they need a blood trail for revenge. So he's like, and of course Ebly's like, oh well, the Imperious leader and I would have it any other way. We wanted your destiny is to dominate the humans, and so it shall be. So they make a deal with Ebly. Dun dun dun. And then we switch over from that back to Apollo. So Apollo is in his office doing the dictation type thing, and he's thinking about Serena, and he's having flashbacks of Serena, and of course he's kind of like having a dream, and he's yelling Serena's name, and of course who walks in but his wife, Sheba. Not the name you want to be yelling out when the wife comes in the room. Nothing like yelling out your dead wife's name when she comes in, and he calls her Sheba instead of Serena.
Oh boy.
Or Serena instead of Sheba. So that doesn't go well. So she goes running off, upset, and everything else. And of course, this is the time Ebly will come in. Ebly's like, so Ebly pops up and says, let her go, Apollo. Says, you know how jealous they can be. Besides, we have much to discuss. So Ebly is talking to Apollo. Apollo's like, if I could kill you, I'm going to kill you. And he says, no.
Good.
I've got, but this is your anguish, your pain. This is your weakness. And of course, what happens is Ebly takes over Apollo because of that weakness. So Apollo is kind of now got Ebly inside of him, and he's like, which doesn't sound right. So he's got Ebly's effect in him, and he's like, So of course the council is like, hey, well, we made a decision, and Apollo's like, well, let me guess, what's your decision? And the decision is we're going to stay and fight. It says, go figure. It's going to be Kane forced you to make that decision, and said, we think you need to take a break. And Apollo's like, no, I will never take a break. And so there becomes a little kind of a conflict going on. So Apollo has security grab all of the leadership and put them in jail cells.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Wow. Gee, thanks. And then meanwhile, he calls up Kane and says, Kane, this is you need to come over here, and I need to arrest you. And Kane's like, I'm coming over there, but you're not going to arrest me. I'm going to kick your ass.
Nice. Yeah.
So Kane comes over, and he says, your father wouldn't be like this. Your father would not commit treason. And then there's a fight, and Apollo pulls out a gun, a laser pistol, and says, don't make me shoot you, kind of deal. And meanwhile, they let the council out. So Apollo's off the rails, man. He is just gone nuts.
Well, he's possessed.
Yeah, and he's like, Kane's like, yeah, come on, shoot me. He says, I'm going to protect our people, Kane, from the Cylons and you. And of course, Boomer and Bojay show up, and they're like, hey, you need to put that down. And then
chill out.
It's over. Apollo, give me the weapon. And Apollo shoots Kane in the chest.
Whoa, that's messed up.
But it's funny though. He's like, I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't fire. And of course, Eebly's little thought cloud comes and says, I told you we would be working together, Apollo. Our destinies are intertwined. We are now one. Eebly. So Eebly pulled the trigger. Try that one out. Yeah. So now he's just tried to kill his wife's father. How that's going to go over?
Father-in-law, yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to go well. So she's upset and everything else. And now the Nomen are like, and of course they've put Apollo in a jail. And the Nomen are like on the prison barge, and like, Commander Apollo now rots in the cell on the Galactica, much like we did for all those years. Yarans, sorry. It's just revenge. A revenge. It's just what we need. So back to the Galactica, and Apollo's talking to Sheba through the jail cell. He's like, I can never forgive you for this. And he says, Sheba, wait, and I didn't do it. And yeah, right, whatever. And she ain't gonna believe you. So then we switch back to a shuttle that's coming in, and guess who is on the shuttle? Going to the Galactica. No. All of the Nomen have captured a shuttle, and they're headed to the Galactica.
Oh, boy. What do they want?
They're taking over the Galactica. So
No.
So meanwhile, Boomer and says, Sheba, it's time for you to go on patrol, but you need to take it easy. She goes, no. Best thing I can do is clear my head. I'm going on patrol. So she heads out to patrol, and Apollo is on his knees in the cell, and he's like, Lord, please. He's praying. He says, please, give me the strength to fight Eebly. Please don't forsake me. And Serena shows up.
What?
The angel Serena shows up, and he's like, "Oh, are you dead?" She goes, "No, I'm as real as anybody else. I'm just." She's one of the beings of light.
Oh, okay.
And she takes him to back in time to Kobol and everything else, and then she says, "You know what? Let me help you. I'm going to put this thing on your forehead, and you're going to be able to see things better." And she says, I wish we had more time, but I'll always be here for you forever. And then she disappears. But Apollo's gotten this new sight. So
okay.
They go into the cell and like, hey, Doc's here to check out your psych, man. You're crazy. So he's like, I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. And so he attacks the guard, takes the weapon, and holds the council hostage, takes them down to the launch bay. Meanwhile, at the launch bay, the Nomen have taken over, and they're headed up to the bridge.
All three of them, right?
Yep. So they've taken over, and then Apollo gets into Viper and flies out, and he's gone. And of course, Athena, being in charge on the bridge, says, "Hey, go get him." And Ty's like, "Don't kill him. We want him." And then, of course, who is on patrol to catch him?
Starbuck.
Serena. Not Serena. Yeah, Sheba.
Oh,
so Sheba went on patrol. Remember, to clear her head.
Yeah.
So now she is out there. So she is the one that's going to have to stop him. Nothing like I've just probably killed your father, and now I'm running away, and now they're telling you to come get me and not kill me, but who knows?
Oh boy. Well.
So, anyways, the last frame of this is the Borrelia Nomen. It says, what else could go wrong? Is there any more bad news? And of course, it is the Borrelia Nomen taking over the bridge, saying, This ship is ours. Failure to comply with our orders will result in your immediate execution. You are now prisoners of the Borellian Nomen. Dun dun dun. So that's the end of that. And then there's a great letter here from Richard Hatch in the back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so, the picture of him, too.
Yep. So this is a letter talking about how he's, getting the ability to express his story in comics, and he is so thankful to Liefeld and those people who give him this opportunity. So he wrote this story, which you're going to find out that is a whole lot like the story we have in Armageddon tonight, which is it's pretty neat. So that is number 1, and we hopefully will get to number 2 next week. But that's kind of the summary of Maximum Press Apollo's Journey, Battlestar Galactica Apollo's Journey number 1.
Well, we have some comments. Jeff Walters comments on the art, and he says, "Oh, cool! It's the roided out colonial warriors by the power of Galactica He-Man."
Yeah, some people don't like the steampunkish look. It's different.
It is. John Repper says the Nomans might be happy in the Sahara Desert on Earth, since they survived in the land of the Mega Sun and the Endless Sands. Correct?
Scorpio.
Correct. Yeah. Jeff says, Kane raised his stick and stated by the power of Pegasus, I am the commander. That's funny. John Repper reminds us that it's interesting because decades later, Ibley possessed Adama in a Dynamite comic book story. Yes. Right.
Ibley's always out there.
Yeah, he's floating around all the time. And Jeff reminds us that it's galactic roid rage, and Apollo got arrested for illegal steroids, sort of. John mentioned that that comic would have been a really dramatic episode in the original Galactica show. That's for sure.
That's true.
And then Mediocre Modeler says, so wait, 3 Nomen are going to take over the entire Galactica. I know, come on, man. Give me a break. Apollo is the new leader of the Thundercats. Give him sight beyond sight. I want Starbuck back. Yes, Brigitte, we want him back too. Maybe the Nomen will find wives. Yeah, that's probably what they need. But good stuff. And it's a comic book that a lot of us, honestly, guys, when it came out, like the comments that were brought up, when I saw the cover, I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know if it was official or not. I'm glad we're doing it now. I just shrugged it off when it was originally published. I
think if you look at the storyline, if you don't
storyline, yes,
the storyline is good.
Yeah.
And the art is different than what you expect, so it's going to be something
correct
that you're not, you may not like it or you may like it. Right. I will say it's different. I'm not going to say I like it or dislike it. I think it's unique. I like it in regards.
I kind of like the J.C. Vaughn and the Chris Scalf.
Yes, those are the ones. Those are the ones that are really nicely drawn and everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's. I look at the storyline just as much as I do the pictures, and I think the storyline is pretty good here. We've got Ibley again, who is back in the picture. We've got Kane, who came back in the picture a couple of in the last trilogy. So they found Kane, of course, and then and Kane is still a warmonger.
My God, what is it with you? Jeez. Anyway,
so it's a good storyline, I think, but I think you're going to see that same storyline, which is really interesting. We didn't plan it this way. This was not planned whatsoever.
Right.
But I'm going to get a little confused tonight, so I'm going to rely on Pete a little bit more than I normally do because it matches up really, really close. So if I say it tonight, it's like, hey, this happened. You're like, Pete might go, no, that's not what happened. So, okay, well, that was in the comic book. But it matches up extremely well with tonight's part of the chapter for the book versus episode, or not book versus episode.
It does. Fran says, frightening thought. What does a Nomen woman look like? Don't know, man. I don't know.
Or do they even have? Right? They have, or are they hatched?
No, they're not.
In the desert.
Come on. Yeah, no kidding.
They're actually Cylons.
They might give Klingon women a run for their cubits. I was gonna say cubits.
They're Cylons. Cubits. They're really Cylons. Yeah. That's all there is to it.
No, they're not.
They're lizard. They're lizard people, and they don't.
No, they're not lizard people. There you go. Right away, that's where your mind goes.
They're procreate.
Unbelievable. The chapter, guys, is really. It's not that long. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it builds on the bigger story.
Right.
Sean says probably like Klingon females from Star Trek Generations movie. Yeah, you know what, Sean? I agree. Mediocre Modeler says what must Noman women? Yeah, Klingon women. I agree with everything that Mediocre is saying. Sean's saying all of that stuff. Yeah, I would imagine that they would look like really tough, workout kind of like really muscled up women that don't take any they take names and kick butt and take names, but maybe they must have qualities like Spartan women of ancient Sparta, right?
There you go.
Spartan warriors are born of Spartan mothers, so right, they got to have that whole tough outlook on life, and those guys kind of look really tough to begin with. But anyway, so the book.
So now we're going into the book.
We're gonna do the book.
It's the book. It's book time. So ta-da.
It's released as The Epic Odyssey Reborn, and it's Battlestar Galactica Armageddon. And I'm holding it up, and Chris has his paperback. I have the hardcover, and this was written by Richard Hatch and Christopher Golden. So for those of you that are tuning in later, into the our broadcast. This is when we do our review of the book, and we go chapter by chapter, depending on each episode of our show. And we are in. We're trying to lock down Mr. Christopher Golden. It's that whole scheduling thing, and we're hopefully towards the end of this year we're going to have him on, and that's going to be another treat. So
because he did he did 2 books with Hatch.
With Hatch, yeah. So that would be very, very interesting to hear his take. Not to mention all the other work that he's done, but it's kind of cool that we're going over this. So anyway, look, Epic Odyssey Reborn, Battlestar Galactica Armageddon, and the story so far is good, Chris. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
I read it when it first came out. Speaking of when it came out, I'm going to actually go to the actual copyright and look at it right now, and it says that this is a 1997 by MCA Publishing Rights, a division of Universal Studios. So this was an official. Is yours 1997? Is a hardcover printing August 1997. So obviously they worked on this, probably from the year before.
97.
Paperback.
Yeah, okay, first so pocketbooks, hardcover printing, 1997.
Yeah, so they're piggybacking on
copyright
it.
Copyright 1998 for the
98. So the following year they came out, and those are limited. This is one of the easiest.
The easiest one to find.
To get.
Yeah, you can find this one on eBay and everything else for $10 or so.
Yeah, so it's Sean says I do believe Armageddon was one of the best of Richard Hatch's novels. Yeah. There's 7 of these. The 8th was written. We had Michael Warhan came on our show last year. And you'll find it. We have it up, and he told us that he has the 8th. He has the manuscript for the 8th and final book that Richard Hatch wrote. And we're trying to have him come back. He's busy between Hong Kong and here and running the family business and doing things. But at some point, I hope we can get Mike to come back and see if we can entice him into publishing the 8th and final story in Richard Hatch's 8-book series, because 7 are out there. There's some of them a little harder to get than others, but the 8th was written. It's
number 7
it's in
is
a manuscript form.
If you find number 7, it's
you
grab it while you can, but it's some people are asking the world for it, like $200, $150. I'm like,
it's just ridiculous.
Keep your eye open. You can luckily run into one of them. But if you type in the name of the book and you type in PDF, some people have scanned it in. I'm not saying it's legal.
It's actually not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we're promoting that, but if you really wanted to read the book and you can't find it since it's out of print, you can type in Armageddon and put .pdf behind it, and you may find it out there.
Lola just told us it's $525 for one of the books.
Yeah.
Funny thing
the
is,
last one. Yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing is that the publisher that supposedly had the rights to this we were in contact with them, and we had actually Chris had ordered a whole
ordered 4 of them. Yep.
Yes, 4 of them, and they assured us that they were reprinting them, and we were in touch with the publisher that originally published the I think paperbacks, right, Chris?
Yeah.
And there was something going on, and it didn't go well, and they pulled it from their website, and they never got back to us. But Chris had actually paid for them.
Yeah, I paid for them and everything. So, and 8 months later, they returned my money. I was like, you can't have it, so we're not going to do it.
Yeah, so I'm sure that had something to do with licensing. So I'll spread the word. Triple T told me to look for PDFs on the web. Thank you. The Imperious Leader is extremely happy with your decisions. Who's the publisher?
I can't remember the name.
Well, it's not. We'd have to grab one. I'd have to grab one off the shelf, Lola. Yeah. It's not these first books are pocket books.
Yeah.
The Armageddon. That's not who published the last 3 or 4. There was another publishing house, a smaller one, and they had it on their website, and we were gonna rock it, man. We told them, listen, why don't we do like a special? We'll have it on our show. We'll do like a book club thing. We'll promote it for you. We just want to buy some now and let everybody know. Would you be inclined to work with us with that? And at the minimum, we'll send people over to buy these because they're kind of hard to get. And they were like, yeah, no problem. And then, boom, they just went dark, pulled all of it off of their site, wouldn't respond to any emails. And then 8 months later, Chris gets a refund. Imagine that.
Refund.
Yeah. That's,
I would have rather had the books.
Yeah. Obviously, they didn't have the rights.
Sean's got an active imagination. We can definitely tell that. WWE Women. Gina Serrano meets a female Tusken Raider.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It took me 10 years of searching eBay to find the 7th book at a reasonable price. I finally got it with a few other Hatch novels for only $45. Other sellers were charging over $100.
You lucked out on that
7.
one.
That's John Repper, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're lucky to get just the last book for $50 if you're lucky. I mean, even it'll be a library copy with marks all over it or something too.
Marks all over, yeah. Lola says probably threatened by Universal. I just think, Lola, that they didn't have the rights. Like the rights elapsed, and before they went, when we told them, right, we told them we're going to put the word out that we want to, we're going to advertise it. We're going to get, people want it again. Somebody said, hey, we better look into this, and they probably found out that their licensing rights had elapsed. And they were not allowed to make copies of it. And so that's probably, they just went dark because they probably should have never advertised that they could sell it to begin with because they just didn't have the rights for it. As soon as I saw it
pop up on their site, I was like, oh, yeah, give me 4 of those.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it didn't happen. I've got 6. Oh, what's the 7th? You know what? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's Redemption.
Guys, put it up.
Redemption.
Put it up. It's either a Revolution or someone of that.
Yeah.
Give us a hand on this and put up the names on these, because I'd have to go off camera to grab. I have all of them but one. So
which one are you missing? I have them all.
You got all of them? No, I'm missing one.
Which one are you
I'm
missing? I have
one.
two of a couple. Let me know.
No. You don't have the one I need. You only have one of.
Paradise, War.
Oh well, you know what?
Warhammer, Warhawk, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, it's out there.
Yeah. We'll get to it.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
Anyways, while we're waiting for people to give us the answers to things we should have already known. Well, we can't know everything.
This is not the first time we talk about this.
There's a limit to how much information we get in there. We'll do a quick rundown, summary of what's happened so far. So, in the first chapter, pretty much it is the death of Adama. Adama's died, and there's a second and third chapter. They start talking more about the line of a succession, and there's a problem with the line of succession in regards to, who's going to fill the power gap, the vacuum in this. The problem lies is who. Everybody's like, oh, Apollo should be taken over, and now they're like, oh no, it's going to be somebody else or whatever else. And then there's always Ambassador. Anyways, I call him Ambassador Puck. Puck. Ambassador.
Oh boy, listen.
Puck.
You need to take. All right, you need to take 5 now. You go to the corner. I'm going to tell you that Armageddon is number 1. Number 2 is Warhawk. Number 3 is Resurrection.
Yep.
Number 4 is Rebellion. Number 5 is Paradise. Number 6 is Destiny. And number 7 is Redemption.
Yeah. Redemption is the hard one.
Destiny. I'm looking for Destiny, number 6. That's the one I need to get.
I don't think I have 2 of those.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so
that was chapter
cursing.
1, chapter 2.
Stop.
So
cursing.
there was a murder on the what do you call it? Not the Astro ship. The Agro ship. That's what I think. The Agro ship.
Yeah.
There was a murder on the Agro ship that kind of was in the second chapter and then just got left out until chapter 8. So chapter 8, they're like, hey, remember the murder? So now we're going to cover that. So chapter 8 talks about the murder of somebody. They found the body in there and they're like, oh, what happened? And now we roll over to chapter 9 and we start off with chapter 9 in regards to, excuse me, the pilot's quarters, boomers in the pilot's quarters.
That's major boomer.
Major boomer. Yes. Sorry. So Major Boomer is in the pilot's quarter, and he's thinking about, he stayed in the pilot's quarters while Apollo got his own quarters and everything else. But he stayed with the troops in the bottom. And also, I learned in this chapter he's an instructor now. He's a flight instructor
in their academy.
In the academy. So
yeah.
But he's got some problems with his Viper. The canopy piece is not working very well, and that's something probably it's important that you need to keep closed while you're flying. So he's going to take it over to the Hephaestus, which was, I think, in the last chapter. I forgot to mention it, but there's a big Greek and mythological influence in all of Battlestar Galactica, and it's funny they bring that back up in here. And Hephaestus was the Pete, help me out here. He wasn't a god. He wasn't a
demigod.
He was a demigod. He was the blacksmith for all of the gods.
Yes, he's a bastard. I think he's a bastard son of Zeus.
Yes, that's what I think they call it, the bastard son of Zeus. But they call it the ship is called the Hephaestus, and that ship is the ship that does all the repairs. So he's thinking about, hey, I got to take the ship over to repairs. And meanwhile, in walks Troy.
Yeah.
And Troy's like, from the last chapter, Troy was the one. Troy and what was her name? Dalton, which is Starbuck's daughter, who is 17. I am 17, working on 18.
I'm laughing because Chris made like a face and a gesture. That's why I'm laughing. So, because she's 17. It's 17 is whatever. But we were all 17 at one point. But
Yeah. Well, the problem is Dalton is a little older, and she's kind of hitting on him,
flirting with him.
Yeah. Well, and he has the feelings for her, but he's like, she's 17.
He's
And every
smart.
time I
Yeah,
hear
he's-
that, it's like, I'm 17, working on 18. I'm flashing back to song of Sounds of Music. What's the
I think so. I don't know.
The Sound of
Whatever.
Music, right? Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So anyways,
Yeah.
like always flashes me back to that. Anyways, so he runs into there and he's like, "Hey, Boomer," and then he actually drops the major part later on, and he's like, "I'll overlook it since nobody else is around." But he's like, "I need you to put me in charge of this investigation."
Yeah, and he didn't know about it. Boomer.
And
Didn't
Boomer's
know
like,
about
"What?
it.
What's going on?"
Yeah,
Like, there's been a murder.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, in this, it feels like, there's been a murder, and Boomer's like, "Yeah, whatever." That's the kind of feeling I got from the vibe I got from the chapter. It was like,
he said, but didn't he say, isn't that somebody else's investigation?
Yeah, that's somebody else's problem. It's not ours.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I need you to put me in charge of it.
Yeah, so that he can actually get it moving. And then, and then that was like, so he wants to know, like, oh, so Boomer was like, oh, wait a minute, but isn't that like, where's your dad? Like, where's Apollo, right? Right? Troy's like, where's my dad? Not available. Who's in charge? I'm not sure. I think it's Athena. And he's like, wait a minute, but somebody's gotta, like, I need you to put me in charge. You're the only guy with the authority. We got to investigate it. And he's like, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, while all of this is going on, your favorite ambassador.
Oh, you mean Ambassador?
Yeah, is spreading rumors.
Yes.
And the rumors,
come on, the rumor he's spreading. Tell him what the rumor is.
No, listen, that's irrelevant. The bottom line is that it's so exaggerated, and he's just saying so much of this stuff that basically it takes Apollo out of the running for the commander's position. Right. That has to be voted on by the council. So he's basically tainted Apollo's reputation, right? He's made him.
And we want to bring that back to Athena is in the running for now taking over the Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, yeah, because she wasn't being taken seriously. She was offended that she wasn't in the run. That she wasn't even considered. Oh my God! Of course she's of all people.
Go Athena!
Oh my God! How many order protections do you have against?
Well, let's not talk about that.
Let's keep that out of the mix. But so the bottom line is that Athena now, because Apollo, it has become controversial. The whole idea of approving Apollo, with just this, it's got to be him. There's always that percent of doubting Thomases out there. They're like, oh, well, maybe not. And then Puck is fueling things, and he's putting up all kinds of rumors and disinformation and all kinds of nonsense. And so everybody's realizing, including Apollo later on, is like, maybe I'm not the best one to do this. Maybe Athena really should. So, that's
right. Well, Apollo's AWOL.
Yes. Yeah. So he's going AWOL, but he's thinking about it when he's out there. When he's flying out there, he does kind of like it does.
Yeah, he's like I've already screwed. I've really
screwed it up.
Pooched here on this one. So we need to, he's like he's thinking. I think Athena's got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he might as well let Athena.
And she's Kabolian, so that's okay. He's thinking to himself, she's Kabolian. Kabolian.
So
she's okay.
It's going to come down between. So it's going to be a contest between getting approval by the council, either Athena or your favorite ambassador Puck. So those two, right?
Ambassador.
Oh my God! Jeff Walters says he collects protective orders like they're love letters. You go, Triple T. She likes the chrome.
That's right. I know she wants to polish the chrome.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Anyways.
If you scroll, Fran says, if you scroll through the website, most, if not all, of the others are also available.
Yeah, there's almost all of them are PDF available. If you go through the fan websites, they're there.
Oh wow!
Triple T did not tell you to go and pirate the.
No, you did not say that.
But
you're just saying you're stating fact.
But
He's
if
stating the fact
I
that they
were
exist.
somebody else and I was really wanting to read something like that, I would find it on the internet, probably.
Yes. So they're there. But anyway, so going back now to the story itself, we now then jump cut over to the prison ship.
Yes.
And
imagine this. Ready?
Yes. We are now introduced to Gartok, the Borellian Nomen, right, the leader, and he's now brought into the plot by the evil warped darkness that appeared to Baltar earlier in the book.
Yes.
And
Baltar's on the outs, by the way. In the previous chapters,
Baltar's on the outs. So
he's
we'll
no
see
longer.
what ends up.
He reports to Lucifer.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to change.
Yeah.
But the darkness, it actually possesses one of the prison guards,
Alexei,
and it frees Gartok, right? And Gartok is now going to muster the other Nomen. So the entity then, of course, reveals itself to be none other than Count Dibley.
Whoa, wait a minute. Didn't we just hear about this in the comic book over there?
Yep. That's right. That's
Whoa.
right.
That's why and both of these are written by Richard Hatch. So now kind of got the idea here.
Yeah. Cross-pollination
This
stories.
one's a little bit more in depth than the comic, but it's there.
Yeah, it is. So then now next, we jump over to the next scene is Apollo flying to rescue Starbuck and encounters an alien ship. And so he debates. Apollo debates whether or not does he fly straight over to get Starbuck, or does he divert to go check out this alien ship?
Right. And I mean, he's like, and he talks about the space exploration, previous explorations, space explorations but I'm kind of not buying this a little bit, because here he is. He pretty much kicked Athena off the ship in the last one's like, get the hell off. I'm in a hurry. A hurry. I got to go. And now he's like, oh, do I stop and slow down and check this weird ship out? Which but you do get that in the chapter. He's torn on what he should do. Yes,
he is. So what he does is he goes to check out this totally alien ship, and he explains why he ultimately does it, and then the ship fires on him.
Yep.
And then we don't know what else happens, because we go right to Starbuck.
Yes. And then we go back to Starbuck. Yeah, go ahead.
Has been, so he escaped from the Cylon base that's on the planet, but the planet is coming apart.
Right. It comes into geosynchronous orbit with another piece of it or something, and at that point it starts to break apart, and now it's to the point where it's going to be destroyed, and the Cylons left.
Right.
Smart Cylons.
Okay.
Cylons are like, place is coming apart. We're out of here.
Let's get out of here. We already killed everybody. Yeah. Okay. So Starbuck figures he can't survive on the outside, right? So the only other place that he figures that maybe he's got a fighting chance to survive is to get back into the base. I was going to say base camp, but the Cylon headquarters, and get back into the building. And at first, I didn't understand what he was. I didn't understand what he was doing, right? So he's escaping the elements. I got that, and then there's earthquakes and there's tremors and all kinds of stuff going on, and then
things aren't going well.
Obviously they're not going well. He gets into the building, right? Because the building is actually one level down. It's like sunk into the earth. But then he says,
because we built some good stuff.
Yeah, whatever. So he tells us that he's actually trying to make his way to the Cylon hangar and looking for a ship that he might try to escape with. And that's the best he can come up with. It's like, do or die, man. He can't stay outside.
He's got to get off the planet.
He's got to get off. And that's so, there's a little bit of description on how, difficult it is in the terrain and everything shifting and the earthquakes and the tremors. And he gets into the building, and that's it.
He gets into the building, and the pathway that he used to get into the building collapses behind him, and he's like,
Yep.
where do I go now? And luckily he remembers that there was a repair facility a little farther down the passageway. So that's where he's headed. And I believe that's where we end up, isn't it?
That's where we end. Yeah. It's so it's good, right? And the chapters are not that long.
No. They're fast moving and they're good. And it's a good story. I did have this chapter. I had a little bit of heartache in regards to just the Apollo stopping thing. That bothered me.
Yeah, that was a little
because
bit.
I didn't buy it.
That was.
But it's
a little bit.
We're going to find out more about that. What's going to happen in the next chapter, or what's going to happen with that in the next chapter? I am sure, because he's going to find somebody or something. Because they scanned it, they didn't know what it was. So
yeah, they don't
I'm
know
thinking
what that ship
Hasari.
is.
I'm thinking
Hasari.
something.
It could be one of the angels. It could be who the heck knows.
We don't know what it's going to be.
So next week or next episode, guys, next show, you'll find out what's going on. In the meantime, I wanted to highlight a couple of comments that came up. And again, thank everybody for watching us live, but thank everybody that watches us afterwards as well. Michael Miles said, I need to chat with Chris about the Lucifer. I have some blueprints drawn from Apogee, and I have the photos on my computer. So
cool.
He wants to, so that's kind of cool. Just want to mention that.
Yep.
And let me see. John Repper says, of course, that Athena's color is chrome. She's all about the chrome.
Dang right.
Jeff Walters tells us that he comments and he says, Baltar's new job is polishing chrome. Yeah, pretty much. And then we were talking about how the Cylons left, and Jeff also said because Cylons believe in science.
Yeah.
So
place is going to break down and destroy itself. It's time to leave.
Yeah, and Jeff, also mentioned that Muffet flies in a rocket pack. We'll see if he's mentioned at all. He may not
Muffet's got to save the day,
we'll
because Muffet is the savior of all Battlestar.
Yeah, he may not be. We'll see about that. But all good things, guys. I mean, look, we have a bunch of stuff in store for you. Thanks, John, for coming in and telling us a little bit about yourself, a little backstory. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that watches our show. We are humbled. Chris and I, we figured we were going to get together. I kept trying to talk him into doing the podcast and just, hey, we'll just record ourselves talking. And he was like, no, let's do the video streaming thing and talk me into it. And here we are. And now our shows are
almost 2 years later.
2 years later, and we have thousands, literally thousands. Just boggles the mind. We really appreciate your support, guys. Watching us. Please don't forget to, hit the thumbs up and the likes and the subscribes.
We're just a few short of the
a few short from the YouTube thing. Please don't forget. Yeah. So we really could use a few more of those likes over at the YouTube, just so we can get
break 100 on YouTube. We're at 98 right now. So
98. We just need 2 more for that. But our last show, our viewership is quickly approaching 7,000, worldwide, which is baffling. But thank you, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. So, hey, guys, looking forward to the next one. Chris,
yes.
It's always fun to take some time out and reminisce over, our favorite, one of our favorite shows. And then we're going to be talking about other shows and movies that
and going through the books
enjoyed.
And stuff. That's I may not read this unless I was forced to go through it. I'm a listener, not a reader, unless it was Fran's stuff. Now, if Fran's, I'm getting ready to finish up on Fran's next book, actually. So.
Oh yeah, good stuff. So so we're looking to actually have Fran and Eric Patton come on at the same time. We'll do a fan fiction special. And we'll talk all about, the writing process and the stories and, getting it up and reminiscing. Eric was saying that, he'd love to share some other stories about what it was like at that time. And, he he contacted us, and we've had him on before, so we'd love to have the professor back on, and obviously Fran. We had a great time. So yeah, so the guys will work that out for you. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. We love having you on board. Right, so keep clicking the thumbs up, and don't forget to tell your friends about our show. Please have them tune in, whether it's live or not. We'll appreciate it. And if you want to contact us, right, our email is info@interfleetbroadcasting.com. Stay safe, be awesome, everybody. We'll see you at our next show. Keep the faith, and Chris,
just remember, you are the most important part of fandom. You are the fans. So. Fans Fuel the Fleet. I'll take care. We will see you next week.
Take care, everybody. Here you go. Fans Fuel the Fleet.